Hi, you're watching Citi Scape on Citi TV. My name is Apiorkor and I'm here with the fabulous.
Stop it.
Just say your name.
Queen Emefa. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The one day I decided to be nice to you.
Babe, I thought you were going to introduce me
I'm
royalty.
The one day I decided to be nice to you.
Oh yeah, carry on. They're waiting.
Today we're talking about personal style. What does that mean to you? How would you define personal style? And indeed, is it important or are we just talking rubbish? It's an important question to ask. How does it fit into your career choice, or how does your career choice fit into your personal style? So many questions to ask, and hopefully we have enough answers. This is Citi Scape on Citi TV, and we are Deaf Art Studios at La Papa in Accra. And of course, we have a stylist on set today who will introduce a little later. Citi Scape on Citi TV, we're talking personal style. What are your opinions? Join the conversation on social media with the hashtags CitiScape and MyScape, and via the handle at CitiScapeGH as well on Instagram. Hi, Emefa.
Hi, doll.
I'm fine. I'm I'm liking this very
minimalist chic.
Minimalist chic.
Thank you.
Okay, so now you have boho chic, you have minimalist chic. What else chic?
Emefa chic. We don't have Apiorkor chic because you can't put the two together.
Not funny.
I laugh.
No. Alone. No, but really, I'm asking about your clothes because today we're talking about personal style.
Oh
and yes, and you have a very interesting personal style.
I do.
You never overdo it, but somehow you always show up. And even though I hate to admit it, you look fabulous. Okay, most of the time.
Oh my god, can I capture this moment and save it forever?
Well, we're on camera, so yeah, gloat in it. But personal style, I want us to put this conversation into context. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, oh, look at these two women, they're talking about clothes and fashion.
I know, right?
But I feel as though where we talk about personal style, it can get a little deep. And I'm sure as the conversation progresses, we'll see why. But let's put it into context. How would you define style?
I think style is a way in which, to be very, very simple and very elementary, style is a way in which someone does something.
Okay.
So I think it's something that would relate to whoever is doing that act, if that makes any sense. Like
absolutely.
Even if I'm going,
so your style of walking, your style of eating, your style of cooking,
exactly, your style of shopping, your style of chilling. Even if I decide to explore a different trend, it will still have nuances of my style in it, because style is something that's relative to everyone, and it's also like a form of expression. I think it's a form of artistic expression as well. It's a way in which you express how you're feeling through your clothes. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's a conversation that means so much to you, because I feel like you speak so much through your clothing.
Yeah, it does mean a lot to me. It absolutely does. It does.
So what is style to you?
I will agree with you. I believe that, just to reiterate what you've said, really, without trying to echo you, style has a lot to do with the way you do something. And I mean, bringing it home to the conversation about clothing, I think style is the way you choose to dress, the way you choose to express yourself through the things you put on your body. And that's from head to toe, really. Your head, your makeup even. I know we've spoken about makeup already in another conversation. You can reference that, look for it. We spoke about makeup, your accessories, the shades you wear, then the clothes themselves, sometimes even your underwear. A lot to do with style.
Moving on.
Your shoes. For me, I wear boots a lot, for example.
Your nail polish, the way you do your nails.
Precisely so.
Manifestations of who you are.
And I think that once you wade into the realms of style, then it means that we're talking about what you're comfortable with. So you're not just following trends. And that brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
Fashion versus style. Is there a difference?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel like people always get that mixed up. They think just because something is in fashion means that, I think it stems from the expression something is in style.
Right.
So they think that because something is currently trending that, you know, you should incorporate that into your wardrobe, by all means. But I think fashion comes and goes, but style always stays true to whoever is putting it out there. Like, it's like an artist.
I mean, so now that we've established that, I want us to get into, you know, we always have to go a little philosophical.
Oh,
you know?
God.
But the first question I want to ask: should your age affect your style?
I don't think it should.
But does it?
But I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel as we grow older, you start to express yourself in a more mature manner, and unfortunately society tells us that should be boring, or that should be less colorful or less revealing. So unfortunately I think it does due to societal pressures. But I think if you're a bit more removed from society and other people's voices and other people telling you how to dress, then you still do see elements of your personal style. I mean, it's okay if you decide to be a bit more conservative. I think your style will still shine through.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that as we grow older, naturally, our style doesn't necessarily change unless there's a total 360 going on. You've gone through some experiences and you're a totally different person. But I think that elements of your style always remain. I've loved boots since I was 8 or before that, and that hasn't changed, and I still incorporate that into my style. There are certain kinds of boots or colors that I don't wear anymore.
Because you know better.
Yes, and also I just feel like it doesn't fit into the woman I've become, you know. But my style in itself hasn't changed. I've always liked big hair, and when I was younger, I didn't know how to work it, but now I do because I'm older.
You think?
Yeah, well. You know, but the style in itself hasn't changed.
No, I totally understand.
A lot of the time, you have people saying, "Oh, you should wear age-appropriate clothing. You can't dress like a 13-year-old when you're a 30-year-old." You know, things like that.
So as you're growing, your style also matures with you.
Exactly.
So I guess that's fair.
My mom has always liked halter necks and halter. My mom is 66 years old, you know, so she won't go around with a halter top and like, hey, you know. But if she's sewing an African print dress, then it's long and flowy, but she's got the halter as opposed to 2 straps.
Yeah, then she can get away with it.
She can get away
Why
with
not?
it. So I again, the style still stands there. I feel that if a lot more people were unapologetic about how they feel, I mean, nobody's saying you should walk around the place naked, and we'll talk about that, where you draw the line when it comes to your style. No, but I mean, if you feel comfortable in something, as long as you're not offending anyone, you're not breaking a law, you know, because you have to be mindful of the fact that your rights and where someone else's begins. So if you're doing decent exposure on the road, that's a different story altogether.
You know what?
You know, if you're walking into your office where you're supposed to be wearing, you know, full suits, and then you're wearing beach clothes, that's something, you know, I mean, there are those things, but for the most part, you should be able to express yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know? My next thing that boggles my mind is style important?
I think it is a form of expression, but I also understand that for some people it really isn't. I always say, like, as a grown-up, we can't go to playground anymore. This is how I play. This is how I express myself. Yeah. So being able to do my makeup, being able to try different types of clothes, different styles, I think it is important. I think it is because it's a different art form. I am very self-assured and I'm very unapologetic about who I am. I guess my personality is a big accessory. So I think it's worth exploring.
That's not true. Your personality is a big accessory. Very, very true.
Yeah.
It is. But social media and style. You made a very important statement that you're not very sure about whether or not social media is a great medium for judging someone's style.
I think we've all learned that what goes on the gram is only for the gram, and it's not really for real life. But I think as I've learned that people usually orchestrate certain things for the sake of social media, and in as much as I buy into it as well, it's a nice feeling. I get inspiration for what I want to wear. I generally don't think, especially with the way it's become so monetized, that we should hang on to it so dearly. I think, like I said, people orchestrate certain things, put out a certain brand that they think might bring them a little more income. Some people are genuine and their real life stories and what they like to wear in real life. But for lots of people, it's really not.
They're advertising this designer or that designer.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
then,
not necessarily what they would wear on a normal
But then it
day.
goes both ways, because they wouldn't have sought after those designers, or those designers wouldn't have come to them if they didn't have something in common with the brand. So, like with everything else, it's very murky, and I think it's down to the individual.
Okay. So now you were saying something about not judging people by their personal style. You know, you're not so
not
sure
judging a book by the
cover.
Yeah.
By the cover, yeah. And I can relate to that, because here's me who is very artistic in my expression. I keep saying I've got piercings, so 3 on this ear, 3 on that ear, that's 6, and then I've got the nose piercing, that's 7.
Is that it?
I don't have any tattoos yet. Yeah, I don't know. There's a time I wanted to get tattoos. I don't really know if I want one anymore. I still admire them. Maybe if I find myself in a space, and I'm very spontaneous about some of these things, you know.
Yeah,
But I admire tattoos, you know, when they are done what I would call tastefully, you know. I have this big afro going on and whatnot. So a lot of the time, especially again in our society, people see me, some people will say, oh, artist, singer, some kind of actress, you know. But then I also get Ashifonyo, you look like a bad girl, you know. I get that a lot.
I really don't understand,
especially with my anklets.
Oh my goodness!
But
don't get me started on the
let's just take a quick break. Viewers, remember we're talking about personal style. What does it mean to you? Is it important? I'm a fan. I just talking plenty.
I know, right?
You know, and indeed, if you do have a personal style, how would you define it? This is Citi Scape on Citi TV. We'll be right back.
Keep watching Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
You're tuned into Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
You're watching Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
We spice up your mornings with culturally enriched conversations, social interviews, and policy-oriented discussions that will keep you updated on the progress of the nation. Let your voice be heard with the hashtag Breakfast Daily.
Nigerians are putting their film on Netflix now. There's DSTV, there's mobile phones, there's all sorts of apps that you can actually put to your phone. So distribution is not just going to the cinemas to preview or to premiere the movie. We wear all our gowns and all that, and then that's all. There are lots of channels that we don't know, and we've limited ourselves to just Ghana.
Join us for Breakfast Daily, only on Citi TV. Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10.
Welcome back. You're watching Citi Scape on Citi TV. Of course, my name is Apiorkor, and my sometimes beautiful co-host.
Always beautiful Queen Emefa. Thank you very much. I can hear the applause. Can you?
And we've been joined on set by Magdalene Williams, royalty incarnate. Maggie has walked some of West Africa's finest walkways. I mean, brilliant runway model as well. We call her the chocolate Barbie.
Of course.
So if there's anyone who understands conversations about style and fashion, I believe Maggie does. Before we went on the break, Maggie, I'll rope you into this. We were talking about yes, personal style. That's what we've been going on about. We've tried to establish what it means to us generally, the differences between fashion and style. But just before we went on the break, we're trying to figure out whether it's a good idea or not to judge a book by its cover when it comes to personal style. So I like to wear anklets. I was saying 7 piercings, 3 on each.
Yeah, and you said something about being tagged as a bad girl.
Yes, you say you're a bad girl.
I really don't understand that. The fact that you're fun-loving doesn't mean you're a bad girl. Apiorkor and I have been talking about how personal style is a form of artistic expression. And I was thinking that, someone who studied art as well, I know that sometimes you might put something out there that is open to interpretation. I can put black there and someone can say, oh, it's blue black, it's midnight black, it's this, it's this, it's this. Even though you know what message, I think your message is what the artist says it is, because I am the vessel, number one, but it's very relative. So how do you find a way to stay true to the message you're trying to send out, but also make sure that you're sending an appropriate message?
If I should see you, Emefa, dressed like this right now, I know, okay, she doesn't like things too busy. She likes to keep things on the low.
It's a very quiet
Very
confidence.
quiet, very calm, cool, and collected. Somebody just sees me and sees someone who likes to look stunning, someone who is very...
Who likes life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone else sees Apiorkor and it's like, okay, she is looking very artistic. She might be an actress, she might be a musician or something. And so every person's style is different.
But how do you make sure that when they see you, they know who you are, or they know what sort of message you're trying to put forward?
So now your style and your personality.
Okay. So like my personality being an accessory. Awesome.
Exactly. So your
Okay.
personality being how you're carrying yourself, the accessories you're using to complement your style, how you speak, your body language, all of these things. So that is going to make that difference.
So that's what ties all of it in together.
All of it together.
Okay, so personality is important. Personality is also an accessory. Yes.
Very important.
Truth bomb, you guys.
Very important because your personality has to stand out because that is complementing your style.
Okay.
We see people wear beautiful clothes, like we're even saying.
But they don't have a persona.
No.
Yeah.
I always like to say I exude a quiet confidence, even though I don't put out
Of course,
a lot.
Of course. I just want to, to wrap up the career and style conversation. So we do work in a creative space, but now, I produce, for example, Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Apiorkor works.
We have tons of
like a mule.
we have politicians and all, these corporate people coming through the show. And, so because of that, if you see me in the morning, I'll still be in black most likely because it's my favorite color. It's what I align with myself. I'm wearing
there
black.
She goes.
But there's still some creativity to me, even though I'm put together and it's toned down.
Yeah.
I still look presentable to meet people like this. I could go out to a meeting like that. But at the same time, you see me and you see creative, dramatic. It's still there. And it's not even about loud makeup. There's just something.
It's
there.
just in your hair and in the way and in your posture, and your personality as well. What you put across,
So
how you carry yourself
is very important.
How you carry yourself.
So, viewers, please take note of this. That your personality and your style should go hand in hand. One should complement the other. There's this one question that's important. Does style have to change when you get married, or certain milestones in your life? So after you get married, while you're pregnant, for example, after you've given birth and you become a mother, does your style have to change? And I'm asking this.
Let's ask a stylist.
I am married. I do have. I'm a mother, and I get hey, you don't just like. Emefa will say it to me jokingly, just to jab me.
But I love it.
I know. But I know.
Yeah.
Some people actually really mean
I know.
Hey, you're a mother now. You shouldn't dress a certain way.
Which is what I've been doing to her at work. When she looks nice, I'm like, hey, Apiorkor, your mom, why do you look so nice?
Things like that. And I find that it happens more with women than with men. Does it have to change?
I don't believe so. Your style is your style. That is who you are.
If you marry someone and you feel that the person has to change the way he or she dresses after the fact, then it means that you didn't marry the person.
Oh yeah.
In the first place. And if that's what you're expecting, then you should have had this conversation so that I can tell you
exactly.
Okay,
I can do it. I can't do it.
Yeah. Maybe there's some certain things that make your husband or your wife feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've actually had experience with this where your partner blames you for people being attracted to you or people approaching you because you're a beautiful woman.
As for that,
that's
it's
not your fault.
Exactly.
So you can't tell me that Emefa. So you can't be like, Emefa, I'd rather you cover it up a little bit because I don't like people staring at you. If it's not for that reason, then why do you want me to cover it up?
That's an insecurity problem.
Exactly.
What also attracted you to me.
You see?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now that they've attracted you, they don't want other people to be attracted to you, which I find very strange. So people who expect
in the same vein, I think, so if you're walking with your husband or with your significant other and the guys are just looking at you some guys can't handle it. Some guys,
and that's why we're not together.
I say that you know, a practicing, say, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever it might be, you know, should it affect your personal style?
It shouldn't. Any day, all day, I am Christian. But it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't mean that I should be boring. I shouldn't be stylish. I am very, very, very stylish.
Oh, we know.
But yet, I'm still a Christian.
I have a few Muslim friends, and one of them recently got married as well. And even though they say that you shouldn't flaunt yourself because you are the one tempting, please don't come and attack me on this. I'm not Muslim. I don't know for a fact, but it's the responsibility is mostly put on the woman for being the temptress, that sort of thing. Yeah. But when I saw my friend, especially at this wedding, her family is so conservative. Obviously, full on hijab, everything.
But still very glam.
But her dress, her dress was so figure hugging.
Yeah,
she was covered from head to toe. But it was so figure hugging. So I guess
little skin and even
not even
the makeup.
I mean,
and the makeup.
And even Her Excellency Samira Baumia. Look at the way she dresses.
Exactly. I don't think your religion or your culture should affect it. But I think because it's a part of who you are, it inevitably would. Naturally,
there are certain things you wouldn't wear or do.
Yeah,
for the fact that you're
Christian or you're Muslim,
just because you've grown up in the practice.
Exactly. And going back,
believe strongly in
what you are.
And going back to knowing exactly where you are at any particular time or space. And even if I'm very fashionable, when I'm going to church, just because I don't want people focusing on my outfit, I know it's just me just not wanting any trouble. I might not wear something because I really don't want anyone coming to annoy me after I've gone for communion, because that affects me as well.
It affects
and culturally, I think sometimes people are just very bent on being offended, especially if you belong to two different cultures. Like someone like me who's grown up here, grown up in England, come back to Ghana. When they think you're from outside, they automatically think you're going to do something that will offend them. So even if I wear trousers that are figure hugging, even if it's not obscene, you might think, oh, why are you flaunting your hips, that sort of thing. So when it comes to culture, and especially because it's a social construct, I think it's down to you and what you feel comfortable with without breaking the law and without being offensive.
Absolutely.
If you set out to offend people, then you're doing something wrong. If you set out to rustle feathers, then but just stay true to yourself.
Case, I think that if you have a great personality, you're naturally very conscious of the things that you do and don't do. So I mean, let's take it home. We have spoken a little bit about boundaries through what we've just said, but
a lot of boundaries.
Miss Stylist, very quickly, 3 do's and 3 don'ts when it comes to personal style.
I'll start with the don'ts. You don't ever want to wear a figure hugging dress.
Interesting.
And you don't want to wear loud makeup.
Okay.
During the day. And then when you are in a corporate space, make sure that you don't wear anything that is so too loud. Okay. It doesn't have to be, especially in color. It's a no-no. Now, what you really want to do, every lady should have a little black dress. It's something that is a constant. You need that in your wardrobe. Okay, so always have that, and then always listen to your instincts. If you're gonna wear a white dress and you feel like, no, wear a green, just listen. You
never
may
know.
make that best impression in the green done. You're pure white, you're gonna wear, and always wear a smile.
I like that.
Always.
I want a high five.
Always wear a smile because it doesn't hurt anybody.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
The cheapest accessory.
The
most affordable.
The most affordable.
And the most important.
And the most important because it adds a lot to your persona.
Oh, ladies, thank you.
Yes.
Maggie, thank you so much.
Thank you
It's
for
always
having
always
me.
great having
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through. Hopefully you'll work more on up here because he has a bit more style.
You know, I'm not even going to mind you. I don't have time for you. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been Citi Scape on Citi TV. We've been talking about personal style. Keep the conversation going. #Citi Scape. #MyScape. Welcome back. This is Citi Scape on Citi TV. Remember, hashtag Citi Scape, hashtag MyScape. Join the conversation. We've been talking about personal style. Do you have a personal style? What is it? Share pictures with us. And of course, tell us about things that you want us to talk about. You know? So Emefa, we've been talking about personal style. I think it's been a brilliant conversation.
Absolutely.
Having our stylist Magdalene on set as well. I mean, she said a lot of very amazing things, I think. You know, my takeaway was your personality complementing your style and vice versa. Wearing a smile as one of your absolute do's, you know, and trusting your instinct. Very, very deep stuff going on.
Can you not steal all my takeaways?
But it doesn't matter if we have
My
the same
goodness.
takeaways.
But-
We're usually in sync like that.
She likes to believe. But
You're on a roll today.
I am on a roll, but
I'll get you next week.
No. But another thing I learned from Maggie is that, or from our conversation, is to keep being unapologetically me and to keep doing me and to do whatever you want to do with confidence. Also, don't set out to offend anyone, but definitely set out to find yourself and express yourself. Fashion is supposed to be fun. I mean, we don't have many avenues to play anymore, so playing around with clothes, makeup, I mean, every day is different. I mean, every story is different. So just have fun with it. Be unapologetically you, or keep being unapologetically you.
And for me, I will just wrap up by saying that, you know what, being unapologetically you is very important. But I believe that a mature style in itself is not offensive. Whether people would wear what you're wearing or do what you're doing or not, they see you and they admire you somehow.
They appreciate what you've got on.
what
It might
you've
not
got
be for
on.
them, but
Exactly,
they
I appreciate it because it's beautiful and artistic. And
well put
remember,
together.
speaking about art, we've been at Def Art Studios at Apapa and La with the amazing Def. I mean, look at all this. This is just amazing stuff. Brilliant graffiti artist, and he does some amazing work here with his team. And you know, there's some shots over there that you see. But
it's
yes,
really inspiring to be surrounded by such
absolutely,
beautiful artwork,
especially for a conversation like this, personal style and whatnot. But this has been Citi Scape on Citi TV. As usual, we are your hosts, Apiorkor and
Queen Emefa.
Stop calling yourself queen. You're not a queen.
My mom calls me queen.
Even I don't call myself queen. I've got this crown on my head. Anyway. See you next week. Citi Scape on Citi TV. Remember, hashtag Citi Scape, hashtag MyScape. See you.
Bye.